Today we're playing the most excessive mono red devotion deck ever, trying to amass a massive orcish army with Fall of Caradhras and Star of Extinction, and then throw it directly at our opponent's face with Kazul's Fury. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And this week, we're playing the most excessive mono red devotion deck I've ever built, featuring some super sweet but also super janky Lord of the Rings combos. So let's talk about our deck, what it's trying to do, jump into some games, and see if we can actually pull off the combo. So our key card, the card we're built around really, is Fall of Caradhras, a new enchantment from the Lord of the Rings set that does two things. First, it's 3 mana, and it says when a creature an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, we amass Orcs X, where X is the excess damage. So that's a lot of X's and a lot of text, but what essentially it means is if our opponent has a 1/1 and we kill it with 10 non-combat damage, we're going to make a 9/9 Orc Army token, or add 9 counters to our existing Orc Army token. The other ability on Fall is 8 mana, deals 7 damage to a creature, which can be repeatable removal. If we have enough mana, we can just activate this every turn to snipe our opponent's creature, whatever they play. If the creature is less than 7 toughness, we'll also be amassing orcs as we go with the excess damage. So that's one of the ways we can use this card. So for any of our Fall of Caradhras plans to work, we need a lot of mana. For this, we turn to a mono red devotion package. For our combo to work, we need at least 8 mana. Ideally 11 mana, sometimes even more mana is helpful. So our way of making mana is Nykthos into things that add a bunch of red mana symbols to the battlefield. Burning Tree Emissary, Wily Goblin, Goblin Chain Whirler. We also have some good card draw options, Seasoned Pyromancer, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because our combo is a lot of pieces. So here's our actual combo. Like, we can't just win by playing a bunch of these dorks and beating down, trying to activate Fall a bunch of times to amass and shoot down your creatures, but our real plan is to combo off with Fall of Caradhras and Star of Extinction or Spiteful Banditry. So here's the idea. Star of Extinction deals 20 damage to each creature or planeswalker. So what we're hoping to do is make a bunch of mana with Nykthos, play a Fall of Caradhras, and then hopefully our opponent has several creatures on the battlefield, cast Star of Extinction, deal 20 damage to each of them, and make a ridiculously huge Orc Army creature token. Let's say our opponent has 5 1/1s on the battlefield. We cast a Star of Extinction. Each of those 1/1s is going to take 19 excess damage. The end result is going to be, we're going to amass Orcs 95. So we're going to have a 95 Orc Army creature token. We can do the same thing with Spiteful Banditry, which is just 2 and X to deal X damage to each creature, and it makes us some treasures. If we have Nykthos mana, we can use this to deal a ton of damage to stuff. So basically, Fall of Caradhras with these sweepers makes it pretty easy to make a 30-30, 50-50, 100 Orc Army token. And the Orc Army token, we could just try to win by attacking. The problem is it doesn't have any evasion. So our opponent can jump block it, it dies to Fatal Push, it dies to Sweepers, they can just kill it. But we have a plan for that. The last piece of our combo puzzle is Kazul's Fury, our MDFC fling. Kazul's Fury is just sack a creature, deal damage equal to its power to any target. So the idea is we play the Fall of Caradhras with our Nykthos mana, we cast the Star of Extinction, we amass this 100 power Orc Army, and then just throw it at our opponent's face to win the game on the spot. That's what we're really trying to do with the deck. Otherwise, we're playing the One Ring because it's busted and it draws a lot of cards to find our combo pieces. Honestly, this deck is probably a testament to just how busted the One Ring is, because we're a devotion deck. We want all of our permanents to be adding red mana symbols, and we're still playing a playset of the One Ring because it's just such a powerful standalone card. Mana base, a bunch of MDFCs for removal and card draw, Nykthos, pretty typical devotion stuff. In the sideboard, a bunch of removal for creature decks, Casting in the Fire to snipe our opponent's One Rings, Unlicensed Search for Graveyard, Chandra for control, and that is the most excessive, combo-iest, orcish, army-ish, mono-red devotion deck that I've ever built. That's our deck for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Want to amass an army of your own? Well, you can get all the cards you need from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Today's video is brought to you by Whatnot. Whatnot's a live stream auction app where you can buy and sell collectibles like magic cards. Sellers host live streams where people bid in real time 24/7. Right now, the search is on for the serialized cards from Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth collector boosters. If you have haven't already, use the link in the pinned comment to download the Whatnot app today and get $15 off your first purchase as you join the search for the serialized cards in the shoppable live streams on Whatnot. In this hand, well, no Nykthos, but a good hand. Good enough to keep. Couple of lands, some ramp. Ooh, okay. Well, now this is a great hand. Now it is a good hand that also has Nykthos, which makes it a great hand. Let's get the Wily Goblin down, and we still need a fall to really combo off, but get in with a Wily Goblin. But Nykthos in this hand is going to make a bunch of mana. I feel like our opponent could have a count. This looks like a control setup over here. Well, Wily Goblin. Wily Goblin way better than it looks because it's adding red mana symbols. I think we're just gonna pass. We could sack our treasures to Nykthos and play something. All right, Fairy Mastermind. Well, hopefully the whirly boy will take care of that. Opponent hits us down to 15. Do we even attack? We've seen flash creatures. Let's play an untap land down to 12. We are kind of killing ourselves. Chain Whirler. Oh, opponent reprieves. Well, now we're gonna cash in our treasures. We really want this Chain Whirler. Plus, Chain Whirler is like kind of absurd with Nykthos. So get rid of the Fairy Mastermind. Get in with the Wily Goblins. Devotion up to 7. Wow, an opponent scoops it up. Well, okay, that was kind of anticlimactic because our opponent got stuck on mana, but we're not going to sideboard much. We didn't get to see much of our opponent's deck. We did see Fairy Mastermind. I guess a little removal is probably fine. Actually, kind of the nut draw. Like, we got Fall of Carador, we got Nykthos, we got red mana symbols, we even have the full combo Star of Extinction. We'll see, we might end up playing the Kazul's Fury at this point. We'll see if we need to play it, but this hand is actually just great. Yeah, play the Kazul's Fury. It is a combo piece, but I think we're gonna have to play as a land anyway. Thankfully, there are many more in our deck that we can draw into if we're gonna combo. Opponent, untap land. Scattered, okay, opponent's definitely a control deck. If you're playing Scattered Ray, you are a control deck. Opponent, Mystic Sanctuary. Well, play the land, and do we just Chain Whirler? Yeah, let's just Chain Whirler. We really want the fall to resolve. Like, that's way more important than the Chain Whirler. Chain Whirler is nice because it's gonna help with Nykthos, but all right, opponent taps out for a wedding announcement, which means now we are definitely gonna play the fall. I feel like our opponent shouldn't have discards, so we might as well just slow roll the Nykthos, not let our opponent know that that is a thing that could happen. Opponent gonna jump, sure. Well, at least our opponent's, well, sort of hitting their lands this game. They did better in last game. They got up to 3. That's a win compared to last game. Well, get in with the Chain Whirler. Opponent still jumping. I'll play the land, play the fall. Reprieve, sure. Sure. Pass the turn. Finds land number 4, and ooh, the One Ring. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. That is not ideal. Opponent makes a token. Okay, well, well, that's fair. If our opponent's gonna One Ring, we'll just One Ring back. We will accept that. We did see Fairy Mastermind, which is some punishment for One Ring, but let's Nykthos. Get down One Ring. Get down. Let's just draw and then see. Probably fall though. Fall number 2, Wily Goblin, eh? So we're actually getting to the point where we're like, this wedding announcement is going to backfire. It's putting creatures on our opponent's battlefield. We're going to stop attacking because we kind of want the creature to live. Because we want to kill it with excess damage. We're kind of getting to the point where we're like a fling away from just going off. Opponent draws with the One Ring. And Supreme, wow, are they missing their land drop? Our opponent's either really unlucky or they're not playing enough lands. The fact that our opponent's missing land drops makes it very tempting to 7 mana Stone Rain with the Star of Extinction. Is that actually correct? Is there any, like, it's a combo piece, but we have Shatter Skull Smashing and Spiteful Banditry. I think we're just gonna Stone Rain for 7. Modern Land Destruction. Back in 1993, this would cost what, 2 mana? But Modern Land Destruction, 7 mana for a Stone Rain, and we're actually kind of happy about it. Opponent, One Ring. How can you not hit a land when you're drawing 4 cards a turn? Opponent. Oh, it was, okay. They were wondering about Ottawa. Did they want to bounce our One Ring? Okay, that's fine. We actually want the creatures on the battlefield. Creatures on the battlefield is good for us at this point with 2 Fall of Caradors on the battlefield. Goblin Chain Whirler. Well, let's draw some cards. Games get wild when both players have One Ring. It's kind of like a whole different game of Magic when everyone's drawing 4 extra cards a turn or whatever. Well, we will make some free mana with the Burning Tree. Make some free mana with the Wily Goblin. use our free mana to play a Goblin Chain Whirler, and yeah, I mean, I guess we have some fun now. Little awkward that we're about to wrath our whole board, but we draw 5 cards next turn, so should be fine, right? I mean, I think we are Starve Extinctioning, blowing up, yeah, whatever, Mystic Sanctuary. All right, blow up the board, double fall. Make it 38-38. Not bad, not bad. I guess we should have played this first technically, but I was thinking we might hold on to it, but I think we just run it out because we want the mana symbols now. Opponent, the One Ring, draws some cards. 7-mana Stone Rain, so good, so good. Supreme Verdict. Okay, is there any way, so opponent makes a token, is there any way we can combo kill this turn? We need a lot of combo pieces, but we do get to draw a lot of cards. Shatterskull Smashing could work as a combo piece. Killing this token, so we mostly need the Fling, and I think we could do it. Wow, another fall. Well, draw a few million cards. Oh, wow, that is, that's the dream. Burning Tree makes a mana. I think we got it now. Burning Tree makes a mana. Chain Whirler. Ping ya. Nykthos mana. Oh, this is gonna work. Oh, this is gonna work. Fall of Care Endorse number 3. Nykthos makes a mana. Oh, this is so good because Shatterskull Smashing doubles, right? If it's 6 or more. Let's go X13. 26 damage, 25 excess, 75 amass, and then throw it at your face, and that's a dead blue-white control opponent. Negative 66. Yes. Okay, well, that's what we're trying to do. That is what we're trying to do. That is the dream, and that was a really good one. This hand has no lands. Really wants a Nykthos. Let's play some Flings as lands. See what our opponent's up to. Opponent going to 5, okay. Forest and Delighted Halfling, sure. Well, Starve Extinction, if we ever find Nykthos, could be good. Forest for our opponent, and Mindstone. All right, so some sort of ramp deck. Opponent gets in for 1. Well, play the Mountain. Play the wiliest of goblins. All right, opponent, please don't Karn us. Ugh, not Karn, anything but Karn. Oh, well, okay, Karn's Bastion, not exact. Thran's Temporal Gateway? That's frightening. That's very frightening. Well, we'll play Fable and Pass. Tell me you don't have something big in hand. Activates 1 card in hand. Can put a historic permanent into... You gotta be joking. This is like getting Troned. It's like getting Troned. Ugin. Turn, I guess 4 technically. 5 card opening hand. Mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. Wow, that is not good. That is not good at all. I guess we don't need the Burning Tree. Well, there's the Nykthos. Okay. So play the Mountain. We have 5 mana. I mean, next turn we can hopefully kill the Ugin. Let's Spiteful Banditry. We lose the Wily Goblin, which is a bummer. But we make a treasure. Next turn we can Chain Whirler Nykthos, Starve Extinction, or just Starve Extinction. All right, can we beat a new... Oh no. Oh, this Karn's Bastion. I forgot about that. All right, so opponent gets the ultimate Ugin. Ugin's ultimate's pretty good. Gain 7, draw 7, put up to 7 permanents into play. Turn 4 Ugin, turn 5 ultimate Ugin into another Ugin. Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. Actually, though, we're kind of still in this, right? I mean, if our opponent didn't draw into something else big, we do get to Starve Extinction. Opponent mostly at land, like they did hit another Ugin. They hit a couple mana rocks, or a mana rock, a Delighted Halfling, but they didn't put a bunch of huge things into play. So we're 2 Ugins into this game, and it's like turn 5. We're not dead. Opponent bolts our face. So we draw Wily Goblin. We flip the Saga. Well, I mean, Starve Extinction. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess we can blow up a Karn's Bastion just in case we get another Starve Extinction, but... Well, okay. Ugin number 2 down. We get a treasure. Come on. No more big planeswalkers. No more Ugins. I never beat 1 Ugin, and somehow we're alive after 2 Ugins. And they started on turn 4. Opponent cracks a Mind Stone. Looking for something big to put into play with Portal. Okay, well, that isn't Ugin, but not the Not the game-ending one. I mean, it's still good. It's gonna draw cards and ramp, but, well, there's a One Ring. I think we run it out. Run it out, draw a card. Okay, there's Fall. Might as well play Wily Goblin. We lose our treasure, but we get it back. And it does help our Nykthos do things. I hope our opponent's not playing Karn. This feels like, from what we've seen so far, it feels like the kind of deck that would have Karn the Great Creator, and that really gets our One Ring. Okay, Thran Temporal Gateway. What turn is it? Turn 6? And our opponent has like 10 lands. They played 3 Ugins now and a Nissa. Why are we not dead? Why is this game? Okay, there's a 4-Flex. Why are we not just already dead? I mean, opponents, they ultimated an Ugin too and drew 7. Why are we in this game? I can't believe that we are still in this game. You know what we really need is another Star of Extinction. We do get to, presumably, unless this last card's a Karn, get to draw 2 with the One Ring. If we find another Star of Extinction, we actually kind of gotta somehow have a shot here. Proliferates, yep. I mean, we're definitely not blocking with Wily Goblin. Takes up the Ugin. Goes to combat, just passes. Yeah, all right, well, One Ring, draw some cards. Shatter Skull Smashing, eh? Play Chain Whirler for free. Oh, they're gonna be able to flip 4-Flex for sure. Although, how good is that even? Yeah, we can't quite kill both Planeswalkers, so I think we just run out our stuff and try to find Star of Extinction for next turn. Okay, Star of Extinction. Star of Extinction, and we have a Fall. If we win this game, this would be one of the most improbable wins I can remember. I think we actually kind of have a shot here, though. We could use the Fling. We could use the Fling. That would be the card we want the most. If we draw the Fling, I think we can just combo kill next turn. Opponent. That does cut into our mana. We should still have enough, though. Opponent proliferates. Yup. This card's Bastion has done some work. It's a card that usually feels like a trap card, but in this case, it was like the dream. That was the 1-turn Ugin ultimate. Opponent flips a Vorinclex. Mills 10, and, well, they do have Karn in their deck, but... All right, the flip Vorinclex doesn't seem that scary. Settle the Wilds. All right, more ramp, sure. Well, come on, Fling. Come on. I mean, either way, we're okay because we get to Wrath and make a mass. If we draw a Fling, though, this is spectacular. Opponent goes attacking. We got to keep our mana symbols, but we can chump with the Elemental. Drop to 11. Untap. Take some One Ring damage. Come on, Fling. So we get to draw what? 4 cards this turn. Season Pyro. Oh, a bunch of MDFCs, but not the one we wanted. Okay, so if we Burning Tree, so that's gonna make 9 mana. So make 9. I mean, this is gonna be a huge mass. So 11, yeah, we are gonna have just enough. So blow up the Karn's Bastion. Sweep the board. Out of here, Ugin number 3. We are refilling our opponent's hand a little bit with these Ugin tokens, but all right, everything down. We get a super massive army. It's a lot of excess damage. That is a lot of excess damage. So opponent gets our Ugin cards. We make a, I don't even know, 68-68. Come on, Fling. Come on, Fling. Discard. Can we draw the Fling? Oh, no Fling, just a ring. Do we want a One Ring? Maybe we should One Ring. Yeah, let's One Ring. We are getting to the point where the burden counters are a problem. Okay, so in theory, we just win by attacking next turn, right? So opponent, Grand Evolution doesn't do anything. Please, no. Thran's Temporal Gateway. Come on. Karn, we'll take a Karn. Technically Ugin 4, but Ugin the Spirit Dragon number 3. So this does get rid of our 68-68 and all of our other mana symbols. Okay. And a Mind Stone. How do we do this now? Opponent's also at 26. Oh, 3 Ugins. Spiteful Banditry. Let's draw some cards. I think we want to wait, though. I think we could Star of Extinction away the Ugin. I think we're better off just, yeah, Den of the Bugbear. I don't think Mono Green should be able to kill our Den of the Bugbear. Maybe in Boseiju, but all right. Ugin number 3 down. Play the land and let's just pass. Opponent flips back to Vorinclex. Gets a couple forests. This is a lot of work. Wow, are they out of lands? I think our opponent's out of forests at least. This is the most work I think I've ever seen Transtemporal Gateway do. Like, this card is gone off. Wait, is our opponent passing? 4 cards in hand and nothing? Well, what's Valakut Awakening? We can get rid of Banditry, get rid of Shatter Skull Smashing. We are all in on finding combo pieces here. So, to the bottom, draw 3. We need a fall, and we need the fling. There's the fling. Can we hit the fall? Is this possibly actually happening? We could Starve Extinction, but then we're dropping to 3. I guess we can Pyro first. Do a little digging. Yeah, I guess it's just 2 lands. Draw a couple cards. Shatter Skull Smashing is a land. And yeah, run ring number 3. Well, we're not dying this turn. That's good. So it protects us for the turn. Best case, we draw our combo pieces and win. Worst case, hopefully our opponent plays something else big and we can get more than just Vorinclex with the Starve Extinction. Ooh, all right. No gateway activation. That's good. They settle the wilds. Our opponent's hand might just be full of dead ramp spells. Yeah, okay, it's starting to look that way. Cultivate, sure. Oh, can we find the fall? We are down, what, 2 falls? Passing. Well, let's draw a card. And Spiteful Banditry, that's the wrong red enchant. Oh, there's a fall, okay. Oh, we don't have enough mana to do it. We need 2 turns, right? I think we need 2 turns. So I think we gotta spend this turn just building up our red mana symbols. Hopefully they don't draw Ugin number 4. If the 4th Ugin comes down, we probably, I mean, I guess this is also just showing how busted the One Ring is. Goblin Chain Whirler. Increasing our red mana symbols, Nykthos, make 8. Play a 1 ring so we can't die. I don't think we want to run out fall this turn, because then our opponent knows. So I think we'll try to avoid running out the fall. Draw an Ugin if you can. All right, so we're protected. Like, this should be able to do it. We have enough mana. I guess we really want our opponent to play another creature. Well, that'll make another, oh no opponent. Oh, our opponent's gonna learn about protection and how that works. Oh no. Oh, I can't feel too bad because our opponent did play 3 Ugins starting on turn 4. Technically 4 if you count the little Ugin. That hurts. Yeah, that is an oops. Sorry, opponent. Oh, and the shame scoop. It's funny because I think our opponent just got overexcited because they played around the One Ring. They knew they weren't attacking with the Vorinclex in previous turns and so forth. Like, they knew it was offering protection. I think they just drew the Nissa and got really excited and just went for it without realizing. So somehow, some way, we beat 3 Ugin the Spirit Dragons. That might be a first. I don't know if that's ever happened before in the history of Magic, honestly. It never happened in my history of Magic. Normally, we just scoop to the first Ugin. Sadly, this matchup is very scary. It is kind of like Mono Green Tron. Janky and on Arena, but the way it plays, like aggressive mulliganing to put something massive into play early, like reminds me of Tron. I mean, I think we gotta keep this because we have Starve Extinction, and that's like our one sort of relevant card, although we don't have a Nykthos. Delighted Halfling having 2 toughness is very powerful. Spikefield Hazard, not killing that. Opponent Blast Zone, and getting their ramp on, Settle the Wilds. Sure, and they seek a 4. Well, how about a Wily Goblin? How do we feel about a Wily Goblin, opponent? Okay, Karn the Great Creator. Boo. Well, now our treasures don't do anything. I guess we can play a Fable. Tutors up a land. Plays the land. Play the land. Hit the Karn. Play the Fable. So we have 4 mana. Treasure 5. Like, if we can kill the Karn, we really just need the Nykthos. The age-old story, Transtemporal Gateway again. The age-old story of, do we draw the Nykthos? Opponent, Karn the Great Creator, cashes it in. Well, our treasures are back online, that's good. What are we tutoring up? I'm sure they're tutoring up something. Oh, Portal to Phyrexia, okay. Yeah, that's a good thing to put into play with the Transtemporal Gateway. So it's actually a pretty impressive Transtemporal Gateway deck. Well, let's do some discarding. We found the fall. Ooh, no land though. That's not good. We might have to just Warcrafting the Halfling to try to dig for, hopefully a Nykthos, but really any land. All right, kill the Halfling. I'll take Shatterskull. Smashing. I'll play the land untapped. So I think what we want to do, so we know they can put Portal into play. If we go attacking, we can use our treasures to season Pyromancer and make some 1/1s to sack to the Portal. Yeah, let's discard the creatures, I guess. Well, there's the Fling. We kind of have pretty much everything we need, except for a Nykthos to make the mana. Opponent, Mind Stone. Is it Portal time? Looks like. Portal to Phyrexia. Well, honestly, this is not the best Portal to Phyrexia. Like, it's still probably gonna beat us because it's a 9-mana artifact, but the graveyard doesn't have any great creatures in it. We only lost 1/1s. Well, go to combat, hit ya, down to 13. Yeah, I think we get the fall down. If our opponent finds Ugin, we're very sad. If we draw Nykthos, I think we can win. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Like, I think we actually do just win. But we gotta draw Nick. Oh, okay. Ugin the Inevitable. I mean, that's still an. And a Karn. Well, maybe we don't win. Our opponent probably. Oh, they just take up. Okay, this is our window. We have to draw the Nykthos right now. If we draw the Nykthos right now, I think we actually just combo kill and win the game. Opponent goes combat, gets in, hits us. It all comes down to this draw. We need the Nykthos off the top. The One Ring. That's actually our worst draw right now because there's a Karn. So we can copy Season Pyromancer. Copy Pyro gets us more draws to try to find Nykthos. What do we discard though? We can discard the One Ring. If we discard Burning Tree, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we might not have enough mana. Yeah, I guess we discard the Fling, give up on the actual combo kill, and just try to stay alive. This is not looking great. I'll play Zokenzan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I think we have to play the One Ring. I don't think we, I mean, we literally can't activate it, but we can play it just to not take damage this turn. Portal, gonna reanimate. Something not that important. Oh, that was our window. It might have slipped away now. Burning Tree Emissary reanimated. If we draw land, we can Wrath everything. The problem is, we are down to 7. Even just this Portal reanimating like Chain Whirlers and Season Pyromancers will kill us eventually. Oh no, Thrinston Portal Gateway activated. Nisa. Okay, well, we definitely need to draw an untapped land. Hopefully Nykthos, but any untapped land lets us at least starve Extinction and stay alive. And we make a big, maybe it's enough just to make the big zombie. It doesn't have evasion, so it's gonna get chumped, but maybe. That's our best bet. I mean, we gotta draw, we need an untapped land. Untap land, sweep the board with Starve Extinction, amass a big orc, orc them up, opponent. Well, I mean, that doesn't really change a ton. The question is still, ooh, Karn Silex. Yeah, okay, that's not great. I mean, we still, to have any chance, we need to draw land in Starve Extinction. Unclear if we actually can win after that with Karn Silex and Portal, but, oh, and they have indestructible lands for Nissa too. That's not good either. Yeah, we might still just be dead, but we'll see. Opponent passes. Oh, so close. If we had drawn the Nykthos, we would have combo killed that game. That was the missing piece of the puzzle. The thing about our plan is, it does take a lot of mana. So the games where we don't have Nykthos, it is hard to do the thing. In that game, we had all the pieces, just not the mana to play them all. All right, we get to be on the play for game number 3. This is a little better than a normal non-Nykthos hand just because we do have Valakut Awakening. So we can draw some cards. Well, okay. We also have a One Ring now to draw some cards. So hopefully, between the two of those cards, hopefully they find us Nykthos, Mind Stone. Oh, we would really like to dodge a Karn. I'll run out the Burning Tree Emissary, make some mana. Run out the One Ring. All right, the ring is here. Hit you for 1. We have enough creatures on the battlefield that Karn tick down isn't that great. It does still slow down the One Ring, but we'd be able to kill the Karn at least. Opponent. Gonna cultivate. Well, we're free to draw cards for now. I mean, we can still use the Valakut Awakening at some point. So if we just draw a bunch of nothingness, we can Valakut Awakening. We need a lot of pieces, though, to actually win. Yep. Gets a couple lands. Well, there's the fall. That is a combo piece. Well, go to combat, hit ya. Tempting to kill the... Yeah, I think we kill the Mind Stone. Kill the Mind Stone. It keeps our opponent off little Ugin mana at least. Yeah, that's a concern. Double mana, pretty powerful opponent. Turns on a forest. For the Spark Planeswalkers, we're all so over the top. Well, draw 3 with the One Ring. I mean, there is a Star of Extinction. Yeah, we are not finding our Nykthos this game. The issue is our opponent just has enough mana to play an Ugin. Well, I guess we Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard a Fury and a Mountain. Play the Den of the Bugbear, pass the... Okay. All right, hopefully this is fine. Nothing bad ever happened with an opponent untapping with a Nissa. More Inclax, okay. Oh, there's the card to shut down our One Ring. 10 loyalty, that card is gonna do some serious tutoring. Sadly, we no longer have the ability to One Ring to draw cards. Until we find a Nykthos. If we find a Nykthos, the Star of Extinction's really, really good. Like, maybe game-winningly good. Pithing Needle. All right, so our One Ring is very shut down. Very, very, very not going to draw cards. Opponent turns on a land. Wow, it's a 6/6. Yeah, Vorinclex is pretty good too, isn't it? Well, we will block. Block in a way that keeps mana symbols, because if we draw Nykthos, we're gonna need them. Pithing Needle. I'm sure they named the One Ring. I do think Nykthos wins us the game. Like, if we draw it, I think we win. But we gotta draw exactly Nykthos right now. We can Valakut Awakening, but that doesn't... Like, if we Valakut Awakening, even if we draw Nykthos, I don't think we live. But we might as well go for it. All of our non-combo pieces to the bottom. We gotta keep a One Ring, because we do need a Legend rule. Come on, Nykthos. Not destined to draw Nykthos this game. All right, fair enough. Game 1, though. Game 1 was wild. The most excessive mono red devotion deck of all time. And we got the Nykthos, so we'll keep this. Nykthos is a card we want to see in our opening hand the most, by far. And, I mean, our support pieces aren't bad. Ooh, Goblins. Ooh, the Spiteful Banditry might actually be pretty sweet here. Well, run out the Wily Goblin. The question's gonna be, we'll see what our opponent does. Do we just play the One Ring and start drawing, or do we sweep next turn? All right, Mountain, sure. And Battlecry Goblin. Now we probably do sweep, right? Yeah, we don't even have to play the Nykthos. Let's just play the Mountain, Spiteful Banditry. If our opponent is wise, they can sack their stuff to Prospector to deny us a treasure. All right, sacks Battlecry Goblin, sure. Sacks Prospector. All right, yeah, that was the right way to play it. We sweep the board. We lose our Wily Goblin. We're still in pretty good shape, though. Banditry is 2 red mana symbols, so we can turn on our Nykthos pretty quick, and we have the One Ring to start drawing. Untap land and Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I guess that's technically a Goblin card. Ooh, all right. Burning Tree's good. That's some free devotion. So Burning Tree. We probably still just One Ring, though. One Ring at 20 always feels kind of busted. So much life to work with to start drawing cards. All right, well, pass the turn. Yeah, I guess we might as well draw now. And then pass the turn. Hopefully we can mostly empty our hand and draw a ridiculous amount of cards next turn and then set up the combo kill. Nice thing about Goblins is if we can find fall, they are gonna have creatures for us to blow up. Ooh, all right, Goblin Chieftain. Cacophony Scamp. Ooh, that is some damage. We really want to keep the Burning Tree. Yeah, we got to kill the Lord, though. I would like to keep it for Nykthos purposes, but we get a mana back in the form of a treasure, and the Lord is just too scary. Even though we are protected that turn, but next turn a Haste Lord is something we don't want to have on the battlefield. All right, play the Mountain. I don't know if I love or hate the One Ring. I love having the One Ring. I hate my opponent having the One Ring, which is, I guess, fair. Can we just set up the combo? We need, now I kind of regret trading off that Burning Tree. Yeah, let's play Fall. Pyro's more mana symbols. Let's play Pyro. So we can discard all the non-Star of Extinction cards. make some dorks. Can we draw a fling? No. I mean, we can starve extinction next turn. Does that just let us win? What if we just starve extinction? We make an army. I mean, I guess they just kill us with Muxus, probably, would be their plan. What do you got? Battle cry, goblin. And gonna haste him up. Gets in, gets in. Well, I think we're probably wrathing this turn, so we might as well do some blocking. Do we want to kill the scamp? We kind of want this pyro to live for Nykthos. Let's buck this way. If our opponent sacks the scamp, they can still kill the pyro, but they probably won't. We don't have the fling, but I don't know if we need the fling for this to be really good for us. So we draw a mountain, 1 ring. Draw some guards. We could still draw into the fling. It's hard to pass up. We don't have the full combo kill, but it's hard to pass up the Starve Extinction here. We only lose 2 mana symbols too. So we could do it again next turn if we had to. Yeah, I think we just do it. How do we pass up making a very big army? All right, blow up your land. 5 creatures taking a lot of excess damage. Oh no. All right, well, I mean, that counts as a combo kill, right? Our opponent did scoop to our combo. We just didn't actually get to see the big army because they scooped too fast. This might actually... might be an okay matchup. Goblins are weird. On one hand, we have a ton of sweepers, which is great, and we bring in Brothers Sedan, so we have even more sweepers. So we have so many ways to sweep away the goblins. The problem is Muxus doesn't always care. Like, if they just ramp into Muxus and have haste, they just kill us, and our sweepers are all sorcery speed. Well, game 1 went good at least. Banned for life. I hope that's what happens to Karn the Great Creator. Would not mind seeing that banned for life in basically every format. Going to 5 or going to 6. Okay. Opponent, Exuberant Fuseling. This is a interesting build of goblins. It's kind of aggro. I assume they're still Muxusing, right? Like, you gotta be playing Muxus. A lot different than the old build. Remember when Muxus first came out and the most common build was just like turbo Muxus. Anything to ramp into Muxus, just try to play Muxus as fast as possible. This seems like a pretty fair goblin deck that can also presumably Muxus. Well, let's get on Wily Goblin. Our hand is very good. We have the Nykthos. All right, opponent goes to combat, gets in. We have the Nykthos. Well, that's Burning Tree. I think this works out pretty well. Burning Tree make 4. We can play Fall, and then Molten Impact make a 2/2. Not the biggest amass, but still, we get rid of the Haste Lord. We get a 2/2. Fuseling grows, and now we get to chip in for 1 with the Wily Goblin. The question is, ooh, Crucius. Yeah. Why is Crucius in goblins? It's so awkward. We can almost activate Fall. We need one more turn. We're 1 mana short. So make a treasure. Devotion 7. Yeah, Fall's 8. So we need next turn we can start sniping things. If there is ever a testament to Crucius being broken, it's that Goblin Tribal, a deck that is all synergies for goblins, like Lords for goblins, Muxus for goblins, is splashing for Crucius. Like, that is a pretty good example of it being busted. About it. All right. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Sometimes Muxus whiffs. You don't always just... Oh, God. Prospectors. Yeah, that's a good Muxus. I wonder... Ooh. So, I kind of hate Crucius. I feel like that card should be rebalanced and whatevered, but I think what our opponent's doing is probably really smart. I think they probably have built their deck so if they discard a 3-drop and get something more expensive, they know it's going to be Muxus, which is actually a pretty sneaky way to make sure you find Muxus, even if Crucius is definitely not a goblin. Well, all right. This hand is good because we have Chain Whirler and Spiteful Banditry and the 1 ring. Like, it's not a very close to comboing hand, but it is also not very close to dying to a bunch of random goblins. I mean, ideally just like sweep the board, refuel. Ooh, okay. That's actually pretty good for us. We have a goblin for you, opponent. We have a goblin for you, a goblin Chain Whirler. The old 2-for-1. Opponent does get to draw a card because of Runbelt Horde Master, if it's a goblin. All right, so we get pinged. Yeah, that was a pretty good Chain Whirler. Not bad. Opponent hits a Goblin Chieftain. Sure. All right, Goblin Chieftain. Opponent. Passes. I mean, we can't die this turn. Let's try to get more of it. We could just Spiteful Banditry. I'm kind of hoping we can get more value out of it, though. Killing a goblin with a sweeper doesn't feel great, even if it is a chieftain. So let's just One Ring, draw some cards. Hopefully we get some more. Okay, Horde Master, sure. Battle Cry, Goblin. Oh, this is gonna work out spectacularly. All right, so opponent attacks. We don't take any damage because One Ring, kind of insane. Oh, this is really good. We can, oh, this gets our opponent so hard. So we can play a land. So if we kill the Horde Master, the Chieftain becomes 2 power. That will make everything else 2 power. So we can go X2, keep our Chain Whirler, and just Hard Wrath our opponent's board. And the Horde Master dies first. Yeah, that is actually hilarious. So they only get 1 card. Yeah, ooh, feed the Swarm. Well, that's good to know about. Get in with the Chain Whirler. Thankfully, our opponent is not to Muxus mana yet. Well, there is Nykthos. Okay, so now we just need the Fall. The Fling would be nice too, but Fall would be, even by itself, would be really good here. Because we can just repeatedly snipe whatever our opponent plays. Opponent, tap land, and even more Chieftains, and even more Scamps, and smacks us for 4. Yeah, we're gonna take it. We want this. We want these pips. We need the Wily Goblin mana, just in case. All right, One Ring. More Banditry, so I'll draw 3. There's the Fling. I don't really want a Brothers that end our board. Maybe we, I mean, I guess we could Banditry for 2 and keep the Chain Whirler. I mean, I guess we get to attack first either way. We also gotta be cautious of the One Ring killing us. Opponent goes to 9. Well, play Nykthos. Make some manas. I think we have to kill the Chieftain. If our opponent has haste, they could just kill us. Can we do this in a, yeah, whatever. I think this is fine. So Banditry X2. Yes, it's our go opponent. We know. Sweep the board, make a couple treasures. Spiteful Banditry is actually pretty good. It might be better than most people give it credit for. Yeah, might as well run out of Chain Whirler for more devotion, run out of Seasoned Pyromancer, discard. I guess Fury Mountain. We really only need 1 Fling. Still no Fall. That's the missing piece for the combo kill. Although I guess Crucius, sure. We might be able to just win by attacking. I mean, we also get to draw 4 more cards. We could like fling Chain Whirler at it, but I don't think that's worth it. It costs all of our treasures and our Chain Whirler. That is, Crucius is busted, but all right, discards a land, gets ambitious. All right, well, we drop to 7. Starve Extinction, come on. Show us a fall, show us a fall. More Banditries, but no falls. And, well, all right, opponent scoops it up. That was a One Ring win. No combo that game, but 1 ring. Too much card advantage. Sweet, sweet. Playing some Fall of Care Indrus. Mono red devotion. Oh, these hands are the ones that drive me crazy. Like, we can't not keep this. We have 2 Burning Trees. We have the Fall. Well, okay, we're gonna get Thoughtseize. We have the Fling. Like, we have everything but Nykthos. The problem is, without Nykthos, the Burning Trees aren't very good, and we're never gonna get enough mana to fall. I assume our opponent takes Fables, so we can't try to draw into Nykthos. Yeah, all right. In that case, I think we play the Fling and see what happens. Opponent. Yeah, I never know with this deck. Like, I'm still on the fence as to how aggressively to mulligan for Nykthos. Because there's a huge difference. I mean, I'm sure you can see it in the games. Like, the games where we have Nykthos can be really ridiculous and explosive. The games where we don't have Nykthos, not always as good. Ugh, Orcish Bowmasters. Running out Spiteful Banditry for 0 might look weird, but it is, one of its upsides is it is 2 red pips on the battlefield. Plus we have a second one, so this kind of works out. Now we get to Sokinzan, Banditry X1, sweep away the Bowmasters, get 2 treasures, and we get the One Ring for next turn. All right, out of here, Bowmasters. Yeah, we can't have that Bowmaster sitting around if we're gonna try to do One Ring things. Opponent, land, and One Ring. Okay, the classic One Ring battle. This is actually kind of a problem for us though. Let's play our One Ring. So the problem we're gonna have here, so technically we both played One Rings on the same turn, so we both get to draw a ton of cards. The problem is, our opponent I think is a One Ring deck, with like Bowmasters and a bunch of ways to take advantage of it. We are just playing One Ring because it's busted. Like if our opponent can draw into another Bowmasters or Sheoldred, that would be, all right. I mean, the thing is, if you have the One Ring, you're gonna find it. So there's a Sheoldred. So now, like, what do we even do? We just have to find Nykthos, I think. We dropped to 14. Oh, this is so painful. Draw 2, drop to 10. Oh, they're both lands. If we can find Nykthos, we can use Fall to get rid of Sheoldred, but we just can't find the Nykthos. All right, well, run out Wily Goblin. Make a treasure. I think we just play another One Ring. We are very, very close to just being dead. Sheoldred's so good with the One Ring. Not only is it punishing our One Ring, our opponent's gonna gain absurd life. Thankfully, if we do our combo, we don't care because we can deal like 100 damage or whatever, but our opponent's going to go off here. So opponent takes 2, yeah, what a shame, but Sheoldred is actually gonna gain back way more than our opponent's losing. Like Sheoldred actually needed to get better. Opponent draws a bunch of cards, gains a bunch of life. Passes. Well, I think we're Nykthos or bust. We're just short of being able to, yeah. If we get Nykthos, we can kill the Sheoldred with the Fall and make a big dork. So we drop to 5, One Ring, down to 1. Yeah, no Nykthos. Oh, that's a problem with the non-Nykthos hands, is if you never find the Nykthos. If you look at our deck, a lot of our cards are mostly powerful if we have Nykthos. So we do have some Sheoldred removal in Nahiri's Warcrafting. We can bring that in. Cast Into the Fire can get rid of our opponent's One Ring. I guess we can trim some stuff that draws cards. Our opponent's deck is very good. Like, we saw Bowmasters and Sheoldred. I think our opponent's kind of cool with us drawing cards. I think they're they're okay with us casting our Seasoned Pyros and whatnot because it's gonna hurt. I think we keep this just because we have an answer to Sheoldred, and Sheoldred's a very problematic card. I mean, we also have 2 Falls, which is good for our combo potential. I assume that we're gonna lose our one justification for keeping this hand. Yeah, there goes some Warcrafting. Oh, there's the Nykthos, though. Okay, we were rewarded for a greed. Last game, we just could not find the Nykthos. This game, we have found a Nykthos. Hopefully our opponent does not have too much discard. If we can get down a Fall and get a couple more red mana, oh no, they're gonna kill our Wily Goblin. I guess Bowmaster snipes it. Collective Brutality, ooh, jeez. That's brutal. All right, living up to its name. Ye old 2-for-1. Well, get down a Fall. Opponent passes, get down a Fall. Now we're a little short on red pips. Opponent. Oh, the One Ring. Okay. Draws a card. Well, play a land. Run out the Chain Whirler. If our Chain Whirler lives, 1/2, we can actually starve Extinction next turn. Oh, no. All right. And wow, the One Ring is so strong. It is so strong. It's just so much card advantage. Well, there goes all of our hopes and dreams. Opponent gonna refuel. Plays a land. I think we play it. We could attack down the Liliana, but I think we'd rather try to find combo pieces. The problem is, if they find Sheoldred or Bowmasters, we're so wrecked. Not that we can stop it, but they're drawing so many cards. This game, our opponent's definitely winning the One Ring race. Like, they're drawing 3 a turn now. We're gonna draw 1. Opponent takes up, discards a land. Come on, no Sheoldreds. No Sheoldreds, no Bowmasters. Ooh, passes, okay. No Bowmaster? Well, at least the Bowmaster can't target us this turn. We draw Shatter Skull Smashing. I guess I can make a Little Orc. Well, let's draw. Oh, we need more red. We need more red pips. Well, we can snipe the Bowmaster. Like, we want to keep our treasure because our real game plan is eventually be able to activate this Fall. Kill the Bowmaster, make a 1/1. Or actually a 2/2 because we have 2 Falls. Draw with the One Ring. All right, play the land. I don't even think we play Wily Goblin at this point. It's free next turn. Draws 4. 1, 3, 6. Opponent's drawn 10 with the One Ring. This card's so absurd. It's so absurd. Well, maybe we should have played the Wily Goblin. Opponent gonna strip our hand. Sure. I mean, I guess they found that Bowmasters, but they haven't found a Sheoldred yet. We have not gotten that punished for our One Ring. All right, Invoke Despair. Gets rid of one of our falls. Well, it looks like we get to untap and draw with the One Ring, which is good, without getting punished for it. You know they're gonna find it eventually though, Burning Tree. I mean, that's good with Nykthos. Is it even worth killing their One Ring? Or do we need our opponent to have the One Ring in hopes that they die to it? It's just so not realistic. I mean, it could happen, but it just seems so unlikely. Well, that's Burning Tree. I think we gotta kill, like, if they had found a Sheoldred, they would have played it, right? So they don't have Sheoldred or Bowmasters yet. They're so good, there's no way they wouldn't be playing them. The odds of them having another One Ring, though, are pretty high. They could not be playing another One Ring at this point. I think we just cast into the fire. I mean, we kind of have a shot, right? Like, if our opponent really doesn't have a Sheoldred or a Bowmaster, we get to draw 4, and our Nykthos is actually sort of on. Or we let our opponent take 4 down to 5, and if they draw and they don't have a One Ring, they die to it. Yeah, I think we gotta kill it. I'm really on the, I actually don't know if this is the right play or not, but they're gonna find the Sheoldred at some point, and then the One Ring becomes so good. All right, Fatal Push, there goes our Goblin. Sure. Opponent. Deck's making it hard. I mean, I guess it's really the One Ring and all the cards our opponent drew. Making it hard to keep any pips on the battlefield, though. Our Nykthos has not been very good. Yeah, all right, so they did have another One Ring. So I guess killing it is correct because they would have drawn 5 and then done this. Graveyard Trespasser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, so we're 1 mana away from activating. That's One Ring. How do we not die to our One Ring? So we can Spiteful Banditry. We only have 1 fall. Our mass isn't big enough to win, right? Especially since we need 3 mana for Fury. 1, 2. Oh, if we can add our mana symbols, I think we might have been able to combo kill here. If we still had our pips. So let's pay a Banditry. Let's play the land. I mean, we're mostly just hoping our opponent doesn't draw anything here. So make some mana. I think we'll keep the treasure. Well, yeah, we'll keep the treasure. Spiteful Banditry, X3. So we get a 1/1 and some treasures. Pass the turn. Opponent. Come on, hold. If we untap here without a punishment for activating the One Ring, we got a shot. We actually have a shot. Invoke Despair. That doesn't kill us, though. This puts us to 1. Okay, opponent draws a card. Oh, the power of the ring is too much. Ouch. Super excessive mono red devotion with the fall of Karandros, something like that. I'm sure I'm butchering the Lord of the Rings places, but you know what I mean. This hand looks pretty good, except we don't have a Nykthos. One thing I've noticed about this deck is, and I guess this makes sense, but the games where we have Nykthos go much better than the games where we don't have Nykthos. Outside of that, though, this hand's pretty good. We got the One Ring, we got a bunch of card draw to try to find our pieces, we got a fall. Ooh, Waste Not A. Okay. I think we actually got to shock ourselves here because of discard. We don't really want to lose that land. We need the manas. All right, well, Wily Goblin, go. Opponent. Well, we don't have any Nykthos. Maybe we just pitch 2 creatures. Don't really want our opponent to draw cards. We have a lot of sweepers, so I don't think we're going to die to 2/2s. That seems unlikely. Well, let's Burning Tree Emissary. This is going to be interesting. Our opponent's playing a discard deck, but we have the One Ring, which draws a lot of cards. Can the One Ring outdo a dedicated discard deck as far as card advantage? It is going to be, I'm actually curious. So we don't got to really worry about getting Thoughtseize this turn. We do need to get down this fall because that's our main combo piece. So we do want to make sure we get fall down this turn before it gets hit by discard. And then we're mostly just hoping to, I mean, we need to draw Nykthos. Nykthos looking a little worse. Well, we're definitely not dying to the 2/2s. Opponent's going to Meat Hook Massacre away the board. Sure. All right, well, let's start doing One Ring things. Draw a card. It's a mountain. Shatter Skull Smashing. Well, let's play Smashing tapped, play fall. The other thing about this is what we really want to do. We want to get in a position where we have enough mana that we draw with One Ring. We play everything we draw, so we're empty-handed. And then at the end of our opponent's turn, draw again. All right, there's a go blank. So, well, our opponent helped us with the empty-handed part. Opponent's gonna what, make mana and draw? Okay, that could be worse. I mean, basically, we want to be aware that our opponent has Waste Not and a ton of discard spells. So we want to try to manipulate our hand in a way that it's not benefiting our opponent through the Waste Not any more than it has to. Ooh, nothing? Okay, that's good. So we will, so what this means is we're probably not gonna main phase draw. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what we draw. But ideally, we want to just dump our hand and then draw during our opponent's turn. Well, okay. Spiteful Banditry X0, just to up our devotion. And there's a Nykthos, which will eventually be helpful. Okay, so opponent's gonna have a Shatter Skull Smashing to make us discard. How about it? Waste Not, draws a card, sure. Thankfully, they don't have a Gaia Reach. So, like, this is where Waste Not's so awkward if you don't have Gaia Reach. Like, our opponent likely has a bunch of discard spells in hand, but they don't do anything because we don't have any cards in hand. So we have the Fall, which means we do need our opponent to, at some point, have a creature. Fall doesn't do anything unless we can deal excess damage to creatures. So, I mean, I guess eventually we can let our opponent make a creature with Waste Not, most likely. Fires up the Crawling Barrens, just to get the counters. I don't know why they didn't do that on our end step, but whatever. All right, draw 3 with the One Ring. Take some damage. I think we're gonna draw main phase because we can't empty our hand this turn anyway. Wow, that's a lot of falls. Well, let's see how much of our hand we can dump. So Wily Goblin technically generates mana because of Nykthos. So we can play another Banditry. Actually, all right, let's think about this. So we play Banditry for 0, land treasure, make 7, fall. If we ever deal excess damage, we are going to make the biggest amass creature. We are going to amass a legitimate army here. All right, land Nykthos, make 7. I mean, this isn't too bad. So if you have to let your opponent trigger Waste Not, usually the least painful mode is the mana. Even if they make us discard our entire hand here, they draw 1 card and make 4 mana, that's acceptable. We can deal with that. What do you got? A little worried about this crawling. We are at 9 and we're taking 4 from the One Ring. Tergrid's Lantern. Well, that's kind of fine. Opponent, I'm gonna activate. I guess just discard a land here. Doesn't seem like anything that bad. Like probably more discard spells? That's fine. We'll discard Den of the Bugbear. Would rather have the untapped land, I think. All right, play a creature, opponent. Play a creature. If our opponent plays a creature, we have the Kazul's Fury, assuming it doesn't get hit by discard. Like, if they play a creature, we can actually... Oh, all right, there goes the Kazul's Fury. Who? Well, now, okay, so we do have to draw 1 ring this turn, or we're gonna die to the Burden of the Ring. Liliana, sure. Takes down. Thankfully, you have so many enchantments that we still have good Nykthos. All right, well, Shatter Skull Smashing. We need a 1 ring. Oh my, the very last card. Okay, we're not dead. That's good. We don't have a Fling, though. How do we do this? Well, we have to play the 1 ring, or we die. So there's no question that the 1 ring must be played. So we can, like, Spiteful Banditry, Nykthos... Spiteful Banditry. We also need block. Well, I guess we don't need blockers because we're gonna have protection, but we wouldn't mind having bodies on the battlefield. Let's Nykthos. Seasoned Pyromancer. Protection for a turn also means we're not gonna get hit by Thoughtseize, which is big. Discard the 2 MDFCs. Draw a couple cards. Opponent, gonna draw a bunch of cards. Oh, that's Kazul's Fury again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow, we might be able to use our opponent's... Playing the Burning Tree is free, but I think we actually want to hold on to Burning Tree here because we need our opponent to make us discard the Burning Tree to the Liliana, which doesn't target, so it gets through the 1 ring. We need our opponent to uptick Liliana so we can discard the Burning Tree, so our opponent will make zombies with Waste Not, so we can Starve Extinction, make a huge amass, fling it at our opponent's face. So we really need our opponent to take up this Liliana. All right, Meathook, sweep the board. Okay, this... I think they'll do it, right? This really incentivizes them to take up the Liliana. So opponent, Meathook number 2, our board down. Wow, are we gonna pull this off? Are we gonna get the combo kill? Oh my, I think we're gonna get the combo kill. Come on, take up that Lily. Take up that Lily. I've never wanted to discard the Lily more. All right, opponent takes up. Oh, the old reverse Reno. Yes, we would like to discard a Burning Tree. Opponent. Oh no, 2 zombies. Oh no, we're at 5 and we're gonna take 1 ring damage. We have enough mana, right? Because of Nykthos. Oh, we actually pulled it off. All right, 1 ring. Draw. Oh, this is gonna be a big amass zombie too. All right, we dropped to 4. So, might as well draw. The game, I hope, is ending right now. Okay, so Play the Wily Goblin, since it makes mana. We have triple fall, too. This amass is going to be massive. Nykthos. Star of Extinction. I guess we have the Crawling Barrens. Doesn't really matter. So there's 2 zombies. Each are taking 18 excess damage. And we have 3 falls. This is going to be a big amass. We get treasures, too. How big is it? How big is it? We get... Wow, we're down to 2. We almost killed ourselves to Meathook Massacre. And then... 108, 108. And last but not least, throw the army at your face. Yes, we did it. That is the best fling kill. Oh, it actually worked. Oh, it's so funny that... Sure, we'll sack our One Ring that was going to kill us anyway. It's so funny that our opponent's Waste Knots gave us the creatures we needed. That is the whole hoisted by their own petard thing. If our opponent hadn't picked up that Lily and didn't have the Waste Knots, they wouldn't have had a creature and none of that would have worked and we would have died. We would have lost to like the Crawling Barrens or something, or to our One Rings. Oh, all right. We'll do a little trimming, run it back. The nice thing about Mono Black is they're not super likely to be able to kill our fall. I mean, I guess it's 2023. Black gets to kill enchantments, but still, out of all the colors, Black is one of the colors I'm least worried about killing our fall. Although, they might Thoughtseize it. After seeing that last game, I expect our opponent's going to be very afraid of fall. Now they know. Now they know what we're trying to do. Wow, okay, that also makes sense. They take the Fling. I guess that has extra value too, since it could be a land. Thoughtseizing land's always nice, opponent. There's a Gaia Reach and a Duress. Well, there goes the fall. All right, well, Soken-Zen. Wily Goblin. Chain Whirler is not great in this matchup, but it is 3 mana symbols for Nykthos. Although actually, I think we got to get down to Nykthos because of discard. Let's get him for 1 first, but we definitely want to make sure we have Nykthos on the battlefield. We might just, yeah, let's just Nykthos Fable, I think. We might actually just end up discarding Chain Whirler here. I don't know if we actually need it. All right, we are now officially kind of goblins. Accidentally playing goblins. Opponent gonna do some looting. We'll discard the Shatter Skull Smashing. Extinction Event A. Probably having some land trouble. 2 colorless lands, not ideal usually. Opponent gonna Fatal Push the Goblin. Ooh, misses a land drop. All right. Well, actually, since we drew another land, let's just discard the lands. Den of the Bugbear. Yeah, we can discard Chain Whirler to Pyro. I don't think it's going to do much this matchup. Burning Tree and a Mountain A. So Devotion's up to 5, 7. We do have a lot of mana. All right, there's the Waste Knot. We do have a lot of mana, but we don't currently have anything to do with it. Because Wolf's Fury. I mean, that is an important combo piece. Right now we're flinging for 2, though, which is not as exciting, I think. Burning Tree. Now that Waste Knot's out, being empty-handed is not the worst. Yeah, fire up 10 of the Bugbear. This might be the super janky beatdown plan. All right, down to 8. That's not a lot of life. Ooh, opponent hits oh, this could be Meathook Massacre then. Yeah, another Black Source opens up some possibilities. All right. Yeah. Remember that we're playing Historic, so Meathook is actually pretty bad. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not nearly as good. Our opponent, you notice, did not gain any life. Meathook has been rebalanced to not gain life in this format. If they had gained life, we'd probably be in trouble there. But without the life gain, we're still kind of just presenting lethal, maybe? Yeah, let's get out of cards. If they want to Gaia Reach this turn, well, we will accept that. Like, if they spend their turn activating Gaia Reach, ooh, more mana. If they spend their turn activating Gaia Reach, we probably just win. 2 cards in hand. Opponent has not conceded. Like, in theory, Den of the Bugbear is just lethal. I feel like it's not gonna work. I think we're better off attacking for 2 with Burning Tree, seeing if our opponent does anything. Okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't fire up the Den of the Bugbear. So this is fine. Now we'll just pass. Next turn, we can still go for it, and we can Season Pyromancer and make some more 1/1s. Gonna Gaia Reach, trigger the Waste Knot. All right, not a creature, please. That's fine. Opponent gets to draw an extra card. A creature would be a problem, because then they could block our Den of the Bugbear. All right, opponent takes up Lily, discards. I mean, we're gonna go for it this turn. There's no not going for it this turn. Well, not a combo win, but we might be able to pick up the not as likely janky beatdown win. Honestly, this win is more against the odds than the first one. It's just way less flashy, but not very often that we win by just attacking with random dorks. Photo scoops it up, and well, game one was super sweet. Yeah, not bad. Well, that's a combo. Got him. Yes, we did, Magic Gods. Yes, we did. So what did we learn this week about the most excessive mono red devotion deck? And overall record-wise, we went 4-8 with the deck. So 12 matches, 4 wins, 33.33333% match win percentage, which means overall the deck's not super competitive. It is really fun and it does some awesome things. It's just not really consistent. Like, that's kind of the big issue. It really needs Nykthos. The games where we have Nykthos and a bunch of red pips, the deck's absurd. It does some really ridiculous things, but if we don't find Nykthos, or if we're playing a removal heavy deck where our opponent can just like kill all of our Burning Tree Emissaries and Goblin Chain Whirlers, then it goes way worse because our combo, while an effective way to win the game, it is really expensive. Like, we need Fall of Caradhras, we want to resolve the Star of Extinction, we want mana left over for Kazul's Fury, so it does need a lot of things to go right to work. When it does work though, it is hilarious. We got to see what, 108 orc army thrown at our opponent's face. What could be sweeter than that? So I think overall, the deck, I mean, as far as trying to like rank up or level up, I wouldn't recommend excessive devotion. If you just want to pull off like a really cool combo kill, definitely go for it because it is fun to play. It draws a lot of cards and it does have a really unique way of winning the game. But I do have a couple notes on the deck. Number one, I was really impressed with Spiteful Banditry. Like, especially in Red Devotion, the fact that it adds 2 red mana symbols is really, really huge. We had a lot of games where we just run it out on turn 2 just to up our devotion count for Nykthos, and then it also works as a combo piece. It also works as a sweeper. So I think Spiteful Banditry, that's a card to keep in mind. The other thing I want to mention about this deck is Fall of Caradhras. Maybe a little janky in 60 card formats, but I feel like this card could be really good in Commander, where it works with Blasphemous Act. There's even like Chandra's Ignition, which is essentially like a fling, but it hits all of your opponents and all their creatures. So if you're playing a red deck in Commander, and you're already playing Blasphemous Act because it's a staple, or Star of Extinction, these mass damage red sweepers, I think Fall of Caradhras is worth considering. Plus in Commander, it's not that unrealistic in the late game. You're going to have 8 mana and can use it as repeated removal. So even though our deck is definitely kind of a janky against the odds deck in 60 card formats, Fall is a card that I'm pretty high on for Commanders, so keep that in mind. But anyway, that is the most excessive mono red devotion deck we've ever built. That's our against the odds deck for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.